EFF leader Julius Malema is set to address the party's Ground Forces Forum in Mahikeng. Now, this is part of the party's work towards preparation for the elections. The event is set to check the readiness of the party's ground forces. Let's take you now to SABC News reporter Teboho Pagedi, who joins us live. Teboho, thank you so much for your time this hour. So, how's the turnout from the Mahikeng EFF members there, and what is expected to happen today?
Good morning, and of course to the viewers. As you have rightfully stated, we are coming to you live from Mahikeng Civic Center here in the northwest capital, Mahikeng. And of course, President or leader of the EFF, Julius Malema, expected to address members of the EFF, what they call the Grounds Force address. Of course, ahead of the elections. I can tell you, if my colleague Tumelo Stabets can show you, members of the EFF are trickling in. We can see those chairs just at the back, full to capacity, but of course they're just waiting for those who will fill chairs here on the ground. We know that the EFF in the province has about 403 branches, so each and every person inside this hall, they are of course representing those branches. These are the people that the EFF says with this Grounds Forces address. Of course they are expected to deliver messages to people, as of course we know that we are ahead of the national and provincial elections. Of course the IEC has not yet announced and proclaimed the date of the elections, but as far as the message here in the northwest, we are expecting Julius Malema to at least touch on issues affecting the northwest province. You would know that poor service delivery is one of them. As much as these are national and provincial elections, we cannot divorce the state of local governance when it comes to different provinces. As you would know that residents have for so many years complaining about services, municipalities that are not doing well for them. The likes of this Sobota, that is to this day still has not yet improved. We heard as well this week that the Dr. Ruth Sohomusi Mumpati allegedly spent just almost 39 million on a call center of the structure of a shack, and of course this is a project that is said to accelerate services, ensure that people get access swiftly. But we've had different political parties in the province saying this is duplication. Other issues being the likes of JB Marks local municipality, where is the measure of Ventersdorp and Potchefstroom, where residents of Ventersdorp are saying we are not benefiting from this municipality. The demarcation is not working for us, and they have for many years, actually just this year, have been calling for the demerge of this specific municipality. These are not issues, of course, that one can say highlights, national and provincial elections, but that's what people want to hear. And we would, of course, in the next 30 minutes, we are told that the leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters, Julius Malema, will then be addressing the members of the EFF in the province. You would know that the EFF has been saying this year they dubbed 2022 a year of political education and voter registration. As far as conscientizing the members of the EFF, we will hear what Julius Malema says. But this is one of the provinces that he's been visiting quite often. You would know that there's been by-elections in Ditsobota. We saw by-elections at one ward here in Mahikeng, where the EFF won that specific ward. We'll hear what the president of the EFF says to these members. We know that they say 12 o'clock, but as far as the hall is concerned, in terms of capacity, I do not see that happening just at noon. Perhaps in the next hour or so.
Yes, Teboho, and of course we will be watching that address as and when it happens. Let's also delve into the matter of how the EFF is actually standing or looking like right now in the Northwest Province, because I know that you mentioned that they have about 403 branches. Do they really have what it takes to garner more votes during next year's elections?
If you may repeat your last statement, I would assume it's a question, Ko?
Yes, I'm saying that you did mention that, the EFF does have a hold there in the Northwest Province. So does this translate to saying maybe that they will garner more votes during next year's elections?
would love to speak as an analyst in that aspect, but that is not possible. But what I can tell you is that having seen the growth of the EFF in the past elections, it would be quite interesting to see what happens in the next national and provincial elections. Of course, we've been seeing the EFF winning different wards here in the province, but we know the upcoming elections would, of course, see the leadership of the province, and of course, those will be representing South Africans at the national sphere of government. I can tell you that EFF has been grabbing some wards. The ANC has been retaining some wards. The Democratic Alliance won one ward in the past month. As far as the state of EFF, we would love to hear from them as far as their numbers are concerned, whether they believe they have grown. But you would remember that the EFF had embarked on the 1 million membership program early this year, and they were saying that they have in actual fact reached their target. The EFF now has over 1 million registered members, those who have membership cards. But here in the Northwest Province, we know that the province also participated in such a program. Whether the EFF stands a chance, this of course will be the answer that we will see next year. But at this moment, campaigns have started, even though the IEC is yet to proclaim the election date. I was hoping the spokesperson of the EFF would be here, Sinawan Tambo, but we understand that they are still trickling in. But we'll hear from the president of the EFF himself. Are they growing? Have they been ensuring that the program of political education ensues? Have they been following on their promises? Are they expecting to grow in the Northwest Province? But we'll hear what he says. The message has been quite similar when he travels across the different provinces. But of course, when it comes to issues that concern service delivery, they would of course be similar here and there. But here in the Northwest Province, it's been quite a concern with residents saying we're not getting much from government. Those are the issues that he might touch on, allegations of corruption. Whether the EFF is growing, as you had asked, we will hear from Julius Malema himself. But the picture, the real picture, will translate to votes as the country is preparing for national and provincial elections.
That's Tebogo Pakedi, our reporter there in Mahikeng for us. Thanks very much indeed for that update. Let's touch base a bit later on in the program.